if I have enough carbohydrates, why do I get tired? Because if my body can just utilize this energy source, why would I ever hit a point in a role where I feel like all of a sudden I can't do the action anymore and I'm getting lethargic? So, can you explain the difference kind of between how carbohydrates exist as this energy source, but conditioning is another element that plays into this ability and actually your ability to perform and your endurance within that performance during the actual session?
Yeah, I'll illustrate the point I'm going to make with an example. So let's say we've got two people. So one person who's never done jujitsu in their life, and then we've got a brown belt. We've got a brown belt. So let's say it's a Saturday. They both rock up to the gym. The brown belt went out last night and drank 20 beers, ate all crappy food, barely
He's an
slept, and
Aussie.
yeah, he's an Aussie, and he came into the gym. He's Craig Jones or someone from the B
Yeah.
team, and then he's rocked in.
Cyborg.
Yeah, he's been at Hakkasan all night on the NBs, and then he's come in, and then he rocks up, and then you've got this guy that comes in. He's a former bodybuilder. It's his first day at jiu-jitsu. He's in really great shape. He hasn't had a cheat meal in 10 years. He's just eaten the perfect performance diet for 10 years. He rocks up and they both go on the mat, and when there comes time to spar and fist pump with each other, Craig Jones and then this guy fist bump and they roll. Who's going to win?
I mean, Craig Jones, 10 days out of the week.
Craig Jones is going to win despite Craig not having all the right fuel on board, despite this guy, because he's simply more conditioned and fitter at jiu-jitsu than what this guy is. And I think we often make the mistake in nutrition, and this is coming from a guy whose job is to give people meal plans, give athletes a meal plan. Your nutrition plays a far, far less of a role in you becoming a better athlete than what you realize. What makes you a
Yes.
better athlete is you training, because you could have the worst diet ever, but you could rock up to training every single day of the week, train 3 times a day. You will technically get better. You'll create better motor neuron patterns. You'll learn the movements. You'll get more efficient at those movements, and you'll be a better athlete than the person who doesn't train but has the perfect diet. Where diet comes into it is that your nutrition helps create an environment that greatly makes that process of adaptation, so the adaptation to the training, far, far, far more efficient. So when you've
Yes.
broken down your muscles and you've used this high intensity, your muscles are learning, they're creating new systems, new pathways. When you're putting in the right nutrients, the carbohydrates, the minerals, the vitamins, all of these things, they're helping solidify that adaptation, which one makes your recovery much, much better. And two, means that when you rock up to your next session, you've got all that fuel. And if I say, hey, me and Craig Jones are going to roll, he may be a better athlete. Say, me as a purple belt, I go up against, and I'll say this because I've rolled with Craig many times, he's going to beat me. But for the first 2 minutes, I can give him hell and hold it off if I'm fully
Right.
stored up and I'm fit and I'm conditioned. Technically, there's going to get to a point where he's just going to outmaneuver me. But I can hold my own to a point because I'm fueled up. I'm really, really fit. I'm conditioned enough. But then there's just going to be a point. But at the end of the day, because I'm really fueled up and I've got all the right things, even if Craig smacks me and I can work at the work rate that we need, I'm going to adapt and be better for it. The difference then is just that Craig's been doing this sport for a lot longer time. And he's got way more adaptations to me. So if you're going to take two athletes and none of them, and both of them are white belts, knowing that information I just said, say Craig Jones, a few of his illegitimate children come back into the gym from around the world, and then Craig Jones Jr. one comes up and he has a crappy diet and he just goes to Hakkasan every weekend, and then this child, little white belt Craig Jones B, has the perfect diet. They do the exact same training sessions. Craig Jones B is going to end up a way better athlete a lot faster than
For
Craig
sure.
Jones A, because he's going to adapt and recover. That's the role of nutrition. That's how nutrition plays into this.